before he was even. So.
Yeah. And good morning, Rim Country. Hope you're having a great Friday morning and do our community spotlight program, and actually Longhorn spotlight program, a little bit late this morning, but that's okay. Because really wanted to have a chance to talk with Chris Harold and his superstar student, Kate Hughes, with Construction Technologies. So good morning, and thank you guys for coming in this morning.
Good morning, Chris. How are you?
Hey, doing great, doing great. And I should also mention Skills USA. And we'll be talking about that because both of you repping the Skills USA shirt and jacket, so looking good. But for those that aren't aware, I guess, of the CTE programs at the high school, the Construction Technologies course is one of the many CTE classes that Payson High School offers, right?
Absolutely. So we're one of the 7 courses offered at the high school, and you know, we focus on residential construction techniques in the construction program, and as kind of the sidebar of it, we have some competition and leadership events that we do in Skills USA that the students work on. And
Yeah, and Kate, what drew you to Construction Technologies?
Well, growing up, my dad always would have me helping him. He's a very working guy, so I was always helping him. And then I saw that there was a construction class, and I figured that would probably be the best for me, just since I've grown up with it.
And now you're a junior this year?
Yes.
And when did you join the Construction Technologies?
I joined my freshman year, so I've been in it all 3 years.
Wow, okay, so you must enjoy it because you stayed in it. And I know you've been on the program before, and as you mentioned, Chris, it's not just about construction, but also leadership. And so I think that's been a big part of your time while in the program, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So getting into Skills USA, I got to go watch the competitions my freshman year, so I wasn't actually competing, but I got to watch and I got to see a bunch of people talk on stage, which I thought was really cool. So then my sophomore year, I started to get more into it and run for a regional office and eventually a state office position. So I got really big into the leadership aspect and just learning how to, it pretty much teaches you how to work on a job site with other people instead of actually the working part. It's working with other people.
Gotcha. So sort of like a project management position or managing a job site.
Absolutely. The communication skills that they gain and just leadership, all around leadership, being able to work with people.
So the competitions, I think I remember us talking before, and you really enjoy the competitions, don't you?
I do. Last year I did a leadership competition, which wasn't the best for me, but that's okay. And then this year I actually competed in the Teamworks team. So I do appreciate competitions. I think it helps students grow in their technical field, and it helps them learn what they can be better at and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I think they're a great opportunity because they obviously challenge the students, and then when they perform and they do a good job, all that confidence that it gives them.
Absolutely. You know, it's funny to watch Kate grow. You know, when she started, you know, really just took on that leadership, looking at that leadership kind of competition stuff, and this year, she's like, Mr. Harold, I want to do one of the skilled events. What should I do? And we kind of talked, and what are you interested in here? And she took on plumbing this year, Chris, and just did a really good job at the regional competition. She went and competed in plumbing and got a 3rd place finish at the regional contest. So on the Teamworks team, when we ended up moving on, that she was the plumber on that team. So so did a great job.
That's really cool. Now the competition that you had, state competition, you guys, your students did really well, didn't they?
Yes, they did. They did well, and you want to talk about it, Kate, or do you want me to?
I can. So yeah, we had one that competed in masonry, and he got 3rd, and then our Teamworks team got 2nd, and then we're the only ones who placed at state, right? And then other than that, we had other competitors who, I mean, they took the step and they competed, and whether they placed or not, it's still an amazing thing to even go and do.
And now your students, were they some older students, younger ones, a mix? What do a
Definitely
mix?
mix. Yeah, we
Yeah.
had some sophomores, some juniors, a few seniors.
Wow, so great experience for those younger students.
So absolutely, yeah, the Teamworks team was made up of 3 juniors and 1 senior.
Mhm.
And, you know, Hunter Martinez was the lone senior on that team. He actually was on the team that won the state contest a couple of years ago and got to go compete at nationals in Atlanta a couple of years ago. So he kind of led the Teamworks team and the carpentry aspect of it. And but yeah, they had a good team. They worked pretty well together. You know, and being that 3 of them are juniors, I'm hoping all 3 of them are kind of interested in doing that competition again, and maybe they can win it this next year.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, I know when I talk to some people in town, they say, you know, it'd be great if we had a trade school here, a trade school that taught, you know, different trades, construction trades, and I let them know, hey, we have in high school construction technologies. So you mentioned plumbing, that's what Kate did, but can you mention the other what services that you teach?
Yeah, so it's primarily the 4 trades: carpentry, electrical, plumbing, and masonry are the 4 trades that we really kind of push hard at. You know, not so much the HVAC or that, but you know, those are the competitions that at the regional event and state level, that's what we really work towards working on. And I understand, I've heard that the same talk around town. I hear that from family and friends, like, we need a program for these kids, and it's kind of unfortunate. I think over the years, this is my 11th year at the high school, and it seems like we don't always get the right kids in the construction program, because kids, you know, for a lot of years were taught if you didn't go to college, you weren't going to be successful. And now we're getting, and especially here in Payson, where a lot of the trades guys are getting older, you know, and they're looking for young help, and we don't have a lot of young people going into the trades, which is driving up the cost of getting work done, getting service work done.
Yes, so it's great that the programs are offered in school, and the training, all of the education, the training, the experience through competitions. There is some great and very valuable experience the students gain through this program.
Absolutely, absolutely. Life skills and stuff that'll help them out when they, you know, even if they don't go into the trades, we're trying to teach them some stuff that will help them out. That way they don't have to call a plumber to change a toilet out, or an electrician to change a light switch or something like that, which obviously you want to be careful and not say, hey, get the wrong idea that you can go ahead and change a panel out in your house without a licensed professional.
Now you work also closely with autos, and I forget his name, you mentioned it before the show.
Yeah, Sam Romine's the autos teacher there at the high school, and he had a student do real well this year that competed in automotive service technology at the regional level, placed 3rd at regionals in that, and then changed contest at the state and did power equipment technology. And then he ended up doing real well and got a 3rd place finish at state in that contest. So that was Elias Lyman, great young man who's a senior. I mean, he's involved in FFA and you know, known around town quite a bit, but just a great student as well.
Yeah, just selling people beef.
Yes, his family's just down the street selling beef. So
yeah, no, it's great. So, what are you looking forward to the most going into your senior year, Kate? So next year, senior year, and what are you really looking forward to?
Well, definitely going to all the skills events, because each year they get better. That's kind of our goal, is to make them better each year. So after an event, we'll take criticism and fix it the next year. So just seeing the progress from the events, like from my freshman year to now, into this next year, is going to be really cool. I'm excited to go to nationals this summer. That's definitely going to be fun. It's Nationals is a great experience. I went last year, and it's a ton of fun.
Mhm.
You get to meet so many people from everywhere, and yeah, so just excited for all the events that I'll get to go to.
And where are nationals this year?
Atlanta.
Atlanta again. Okay, are they always in Atlanta?
Well, they have a contract, I think, for
Okay.
like 5 years.
It changes
so-
every 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember a friend of mine, I remember talking about that because when you took the team out a couple years ago, was it now, to the competition in
Yeah.
Atlanta?
Yeah.
The team that, I mean, did real,
Teamworks team.
yeah,
the
Teamworks team.
Teamworks did, yeah, they ended up placing like eighth
Eighth?
in the nation, yeah, a couple of years ago. So that was just a great team,
Mhm.
great group of kids. I mean, and not that these group of kids aren't
No.
aren't great, but yeah, they had a very solid team and.
Mhm.
and
I remember a friend of mine I graduated with, he was out there because back in Pennsylvania, he teaches heavy equipment. But they have the voc tech schools, and we were talking a little bit about that, how back east or in the Midwest, there's voc tech schools where students, half the day, you know, or more, just go to the voc tech school and they're learning that trade and working that trade where, talk about an advantage,
Oh yeah, and it's unbelievable when you see that, Chris, those kids that, it's hard to compete from a traditional high school like we have where I have the kids for 55 minutes a day basically,
Mhm.
and those kids are going to 3 to 4 hours of a plumbing class. I mean, they're taking just plumbing for 3 or 4 hours a day,
Yeah.
or just electrical, and those kids obviously they have a pretty good advantage, but that's the way their programs are set up back east.
Mhm.
And we have that in the Phoenix metro area, but
Mhm.
obviously not so much here.
Well, and I remember you talking about all of our local servicemen, local people and businesses that helped out, that would contribute and come in and spend time with the students to prepare them, to get them ready for those competitions.
Yeah, that's it's a big assistance when we can get contractors to come in and help in the program, you know, and I'd like to see, I need to make contact and try to get a few more of those guys in to help out with these kids because they see me every single day and I can show them things, but it's sometimes a little bit of an advantage to have them come in and work with kids and just a fresh face and
Yeah, and has that had an impact with you, Kate, having people come in? Has there been people that have kind of mentored?
I mean, not me personally, but I've definitely seen it with the masonry specifically. There's a lot, we've had a lot of people come in and help with masonry, and I know that's helped. Like Talon Soblin specifically, I know he really grew in masonry with those people, so it's definitely helped others.
Well, that's right. That was one of the young men you brought in last time, wasn't it?
Yeah, so Danny Rodriguez is a sophomore, Talon's a junior. They both, they've got some good training from the Arizona Masonry Council, and a couple other guys that have come. My father has actually come in and worked with those guys a little bit, as a lifelong masonry guy. So he's come in and worked with them. I've had my father-in-law, who was an electrician here in the area, has come in and worked with the electrical kids that competed. We had Trinity Davis and Josh Trujillo that did electrical at the state competition this year. Both of them did a really good job for the amount of time. They're both young and just learning the electrical trade, but they did really well at that competition. And Sam Hogue competed in plumbing.
Yeah.
Sam's new in the program here, started late this year in the program, but he's doing really well as well. And the future's looking pretty bright, Chris, on our program, and have a lot of kids signed up for it next year. So I'm really pretty excited about where we're going.
I was going to ask you that, about how many students participate in the program, and have the numbers been increasing or decreasing? But
so yeah, this next year, shocking. I have almost 125 kids signed up for my classes next year. So that's a big jump even over this year.
wow.
Where I wasn't at 100 kids and now I have a lot of kids that are signed up, so I'm excited about that. A little nervous about it, having that many kids in the program, but yeah, it's a, you know, I think we're going in the right direction. We have a lot more kids participating in the Skills USA and the competition stuff, and this year was the first year we had somebody in every single trade competition that I really shoot for.
Oh, that's great. That is really good. And yeah, that must be cool to see the program grow, Kate, from when you were a freshman, right?
Yeah, I mean, last year I remember Mr. Harold stressing because he thought the program was going to get taken away because we didn't have enough people signed up. So our junior and senior class actually got combined, and it's still not even, I don't know, we have what, 10 people in it? So seeing that, how many people have joined since then is really cool.
Yeah, and is it the sophomore class, or which class is like a real big class?
Sophomore class.
The sophomore class,
yeah,
a lot of kids in that class.
So yeah, and I've gained a few of those kids that have signed up for next year, and that's what that class, our advanced class, or the junior senior bunch. I mean, there's 25 kids that are signed up for this next year, so that's pretty exciting.
It is. So next year you got to be keeping all those sophomores, they'll be juniors, trying to keep them under control.
I know.
You got to help him out with that.
Right.
Yeah, that's it's pretty exciting. The future's bright for Kate. She's got a lot of opportunities coming up here, and just her as a leader in the program it's great to have her. But we have a lot of great kids. But
oh yeah,
you get ones like this, you want to hold on to them for as long as you can. You know.
Yeah. It's like, come on, really? You're gonna graduate?
You're gonna graduate already. Only one more year. I'm kind of getting anxious on that one. So. And
also with the program, I know you've mentioned in the past certifications that the students can receive and get while they're still in high school, like the OSHA certifications.
Absolutely. So yeah, a lot of the juniors and seniors already have the OSHA 10 certification. Yeah. And we got the younger kids are working with what we call, it's the NCCER. It's a National Construction Council on Education Research, which is similar to the OSHA 10 training, but it's being offered through APS. APS actually is our training sponsor, and they cover the cost of our kids working towards this certification. So they pay for the cost of our test, and it's a great benefit to get these kids these certifications that they can go out and use, hopefully, if they pursue a career in construction down the road.
Well, that's great to hear. I know APS contributes and are involved in so many things in the community. Yeah. And that's just another one. That's really great because with those certifications, that's a big advantage to employer, and it makes the students more employable. If they want to do that, go right into the workforce, then there's that opportunity, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. I had a student here a few years ago that I tell this story to the kids, but he had his OSHA 10 card, and he went to an interview for the railroad up in northern Arizona, and he showed up for his interview, and there were 27 guys there interviewing for one job position. So he sat in the room all morning, finally got called in, did his interview, and they asked him, do you have any training, certification, anything that would maybe help you in this job? And he says, well, I got an OSHA 10 card when I was in high school for my construction teacher. And long story short, the kid got the job, and they told him, you got it because you had that OSHA card. Nobody else had any safety training. Wow. Even though there were 27 guys that all had construction experience, he was 18 years old, fresh out of high school, and got the job on the railroad. So I like to share that with the kids that, hey, you just never know where you're going, and it might help you.
Yeah, it definitely in that situation gave that competitive edge. Absolutely. To where it made the difference. So it's great that you and that you offer these possibilities and opportunities to the students. with the certifications, the competitions, not only construction technologies, but all of the CTE classes.
Yeah.
Across the board, their life skills and just experience, real world experience that so many of our students gain that give them an advantage going out, graduating and leaving.
Yeah,
high school.
absolutely. I mean, the career and technical education programs, I mean, they're kind of what drive our country, really, if you
Yeah.
think about all
Yeah.
the culinaries and
Mm-hmm.
marketings and.
Oh yeah, DECA and all of it. So Kate, are you involved in any other CTE programs, or is it just construction technologies?
I'm just in construction, mostly because it takes up a lot of my time. So
Yes,
I don't really
yeah.
have time for others.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's only construction.
And I'd imagine being an officer, so you're a state officer with construction technologies, and what position do you have?
I was the Skills USA Arizona State Treasurer.
Wow, so that must take additional time.
Yeah, it's I would go to a lot of events, and then on top of that, we also did online trainings that we get certified for. So that's another certification that we got. So those would take up a lot of my time during the school year and just in general.
Yeah, so I just want to make sure everyone watching, listening understands, you're not just the treasurer for the Skills USA, like here in Payson, but for the entire
The whole
state.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's impressive. Oh my goodness, and all the experience, and now, were you voted in?
Yeah, so last year, around this time, we went to state conference and I had to run against 14 other people, which it started at 28 actually, and then we went through interviews and it got down to 14. And then out of those 14, 7 of us get voted in by the voting delegates from the state. So.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, pretty exciting. Pretty exciting. Kate didn't even mention she does school visits, and so she's been across all of northern Arizona, traveling to Kingman, to Miami, Arizona, to go and just visit with students that are interested in skills. So she's done that quite a few times. Also this year, where she has to take a full day out of school and
Yes.
and keeps up on her studies and.
So you help with kind of recruitment
Yeah,
into the
definitely.
program.
So I just go, I have a slideshow kind of that talks about what Skills USA is and how to join it, and then talk about my experience personally, because we always say that it's better for students to hear from somebody their own age, because an adult can tell them 1,000 times that it's a good thing, but they might not listen. But a lot of students will listen to people that are their age, so I'll go and just talk about my experience and why I think it's a good thing for young people to get involved in, and and just hope they join.
Yes, it's powerful when it's coming from one of their peers.
Yeah.
Instead of like a teacher, an instructor, it's like, oh, okay, but then, one of their peers sharing their experiences, their passion, just why they love it and why, others should join and be a part of it.
So right now we're at 15,600 something members in Arizona.
Over 15,000.
Over 15,000, yes.
That is great.
So we just passed 15,000 last year, I think, and we're getting up to 16 almost. So.
And that's very encouraging. So like you said, Chris, you were saying that the future is very bright with our young people. It's encouraging because we have heard over the years, the trades, there's fewer and fewer people and young people going into the trades. A lot of the people currently in are aging out. So there's a big void and it needs to be filled. So it's great to see and hear these numbers are increasing.
Yeah, nationally across the board, Skills USA, I mean, we're starting to catch FFA, which has been such a big organization over the years, but nationwide, we're almost to 400,000 members with Skills USA. So it has really grown over the last, even over the last 10 years. I remember it being only about 270,000 members 10 years ago, whereas now we're pushing 400,000 members, so it's pretty exciting. And in Arizona, with our 15,000 members, we have about 17 delegates that'll be traveling to Atlanta this year, Chris. And we're gonna take 4 of those right here from Payson High School. 4 delegates. are
4
coming-
delegates out of the 17.
Are gonna come from Payson High School, and that's kind of
That's
a,
awesome.
kind of a, something to be said for Kate and her leadership here in our program, so.
Well, and you know, your leadership and recruiting skills, you know, the passion that you must have and are able to convey to
Right.
students when you go to other schools. And not only you, but all the other delegates, all the other leaders, young people that are leading in Skills USA, and instructors as well. So, you know, hats off to you and all the other instructors that are making the course, the program, just, you know, that much fun, interesting, you know, that where you're attracting and keeping kids in the program. So that's great.
Yeah, well, thank you, Chris, we appreciate it.
So it's exciting. When again are you heading off to Atlanta?
June 24th through the 28th.
June 24th through the 28th. Okay.
So, yeah, and with that, Chris, if I can just throw a little plug, we're gonna be
Mhm.
doing some fundraising coming up here real soon,
Okay.
so just to help pay for the 5 students to get there, because they're
Mhm.
gonna have to cover some of that cost, so
Mhm.
we're gonna have something coming out real soon, so
Okay.
just
So be watching out for that, and we'll get that on our Facebook page, and
That'd be
we'll
great.
help share that. Yeah, so you can help Kate and the others. Who are the others that are going to be going?
So I believe we're gonna have Hunter Martinez, Danny Rodriguez, Talon Soapland, and Sam Hogue, I believe, are gonna be the
Okay.
4 that are traveling with us, so.
Wow, that is great. Congratulations to those young guys.
Yeah,
And
It's
to you,
exciting.
Kate, with everything that you've accomplished and been doing. And hey, you still have another year, so it's exciting, yeah.
it is.
Well, hey, thank you so much for coming on this morning, guys. It's great talking with our young people and just highlighting the incredible young people we have in our community. There's no shortage of great, young people in this, in Rim Country. And it's awesome just to be able to talk about them and highlight them and let people know what they're doing, all their accomplishments.
Yeah, hey, thank you, Chris, we appreciate it, and appreciate what you do for the community and the program here, so.
Oh, you're very welcome. It's it's great, having the Longhorn Spotlight program, and just want to thank Miss Ginger Liddell with the DECA program, and she kind of sets this up and arranges, everyone to come in on the program. So really appreciate everything she does with that.
Yeah,
So thank
absolutely.
you. Thanks to
Thanks.
her. Hey, well, thank you everyone for listening and watching this morning. And again, be on the lookout for those fundraisers for the Skills USA team, so you can help them head to nationals in Atlanta, Georgia. So, all right, thank you, Kate.
Thank you.
Chris, for coming on.
Thank
Again, thank you everyone for listening and watching, and thanks to Desert Financial Credit Union for your sponsorship of the Longhorn Spotlight program. Time to get back to the music here on KRIM.